Buddy, welcome to the world of Google Gemini, and we have a fun rabbit hole to go down today. And so we're going to talk about Google Gemini 2.5 Flash, and the reason why is because it added the thinking budget, and a few other things were mentioned in an article on April 17th. So the blog for Google mentions that they rolled out an early version of Gemini 2.5 Flash that you can preview today. You can check it out in Google AI Studio and Vertex AI. It talks about the capabilities and how it tries to prioritize speed and cost, so it's trying to be efficient. And then so the other part of that is they are referencing it as the Flash model as their first fully hybrid reasoning model, allowing developers to turn thinking on and off and set thinking budgets. So let's go to that part first. So when you go to Google Gemini and you have chosen it as your model for your chat, which is right here, you can go to thinking and you can turn on thinking mode. If you don't turn it on, you won't see the thinking budget. But if you turn on the thinking mode, then you have the ability to set a thinking budget. So if you turn the budget on, it gives you an option. Right now we're at 8,000, and I think it maxes out at about 24,000. So let's go up here. So it maxes out at 24,576. So that's your thinking budget. And so you can reduce that or increase it as you need. And then so basically, if you think it's a complex situation or a question or chat, then you might want to increase it. But your thinking budget does relate to your tokens. So just keep that in mind if you're actually paying like your API. All right, so let's go a little bit further. So now if you have it turned on and you use it, you just chat like you normally do. But there's some other tools that you can also use that nobody really talks about too much. And let me clarify that if you turn the thinking mode off, these tools are still here. So don't think that these tools are only connected to this, but some of these tools here are related to the model that you choose. Okay, so whenever you go on this side of your chat window, the interface, every time you choose a different model, this can be different based on what you choose. So try not to forget that, because sometimes you think you're looking for something that's there and you're just in the wrong model. All right, so now let's get to the structured output. So the structured output, if you use a tool for structured output, all it does is it helps you create a response like in JSON or something like that. So this tool allows Gemini to format the response in that structure. So JSON, XML, list tables, stuff like that. Okay, so when would you use that? You would use that when you need to generate a specific format, like you're going to use it in software or you're going to use it in your database and you don't want to rewrite it. Okay, when would you not use it? You would probably not use it when you just want to chat with it and you just need a list. And so an example would be maybe list 5 most popular cities. So let's do, again, because it's listed as structured list, 5 cities in the U.S. that have populations over 1 million. All right, so if I have structured turned on, I think it'll do it in JSON. So now it's thinking, and there you go. There's the list. Now if I turn this off and I do the same question, it'll think a little bit, and then it'll list it like that. So that's structured. So let's go to code execution. So if you turn on code execution, this helps you basically write code. So the tool enables you to write and run your code. And then, so when would you use this? When you want code. And then when would you not use it? Like if you want to do some creative writing or something like that. So you don't need code to write a short story. Okay, so you could use it for something simple. So we'll just do something simple. So let's do Please add 10 random prime numbers and average them for me. And I'll say, please show the code and the answers. All right. So now it's thinking, got our little thinking model going. Let's say I can help with that. It's going awfully quick. I'll scan back up after it's done. And let's see. So I asked, let's see, what did I ask? I said, please add 10 random prime numbers and average them for me. Please show the code and the answers. Okay, so it says I can help with that. I will write Python script that generates 10 random numbers, prime numbers, and calculates them. Calculates their sum and finds the average. That's what I asked. And so here's the executable code. So it gives you all that. It reminds you that it's Python. You can copy it. You can download it as is. And then here's the code execution result. It says a list of 10 random numbers. I'm not going to check to see if they're prime, but I think they are. So you can usually tell by the last number, right? All right. Some of these prime numbers is 32,832. The average of these prime numbers is 3283.2. I don't know. Maybe. And then down here, it explains what it did and how it calculated it. And then at the bottom, it says, note that because the prime numbers are randomly generated within a range, the specific list of primes, their sum, and their average will be different each time the code is run. So it actually tells you a little bit more about that. So that's code execution tool. All right, so now if we go to function calling. So function calling, this is a little bit more advanced capability where it can determine when an external tool or function provided by me or the platform needs to be called based on the user's request. Okay, so when would you use this? You would use this when you want to interact with external systems or data sources beyond trading data and web search. So let me think this through. So you maybe booking flights or sending emails and stuff like that. So when would you not use it for tasks that can be complete just basically internally, like tell me the time or create an image? All right, so let me think this through. I don't really do a lot with this one, so let me think. So I guess you could probably use it to pull something like a, let's see. I should have thought of this before I did this. All right, so let's try to do weather. I'm not sure if this will do it, but if you, let's see. Let me see. What's the weather in Paris for tomorrow? Let's see if that works. All right, so it's thinking. Here's the executable code. So it's telling you how to pull that function. So I guess that's right. And then the final one is Google search. And so this is grounding with Google search. Source is Google search. And this allows you to do Google searches to find the real world information to inform its response. All right, so this is when you would ask for something about more current events that are after like the knowledge date. And so the knowledge date for some of these is, I think, January 2025. And so you could ask like the top movie or top song of the week. So let's see, let's see. What is, I think it's going to be Minecraft movie, but let's see, what is the top movie of this past week? Grossing U.S. sales, please. So it's thinking, it's got its thoughts together, saying auto. Based on the available data for the past week, the top grossing movie appears to be Minecraft movie, so I was right. For the weekend of April, it gives you the date so you know what it's talking about. And then it says had a weekend gross of 79 million or 78.5 million as of April 14th. its total gross is over $283 million. So that's what that does. And look at that. Perfect timing. My doggie is barking. And I think I finished what I wanted to show you. I hope you have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.